y'all, it's Hope at Crafty Hope, and I am working in my art journal here today. And I chose a page in my Delusions journal that had a bunch of just different colors on it. I had gotten some new supplies, I wanted to play with them, and played on these two pages and just kind of left them. And I decided that I wanted to work from that. So, to kind of bring the two pages together, I started by laying down some different ephemera, just bits and pieces of book paper and like notebook papers and just whatever I had. And I'm using a glue stick, a Noohoo glue stick, to stick them down real quick. And I'm using some kind of card. I don't even know, probably like a key card or a gift card or something. I can't even see. It looks like it's a casino players club card is what it is. I probably never use that I am using to help flatten down these pages. I like using those key cards because I can get a good even seal across the little bits that I'm sticking down without rubbing it. Sometimes rubbing it with my finger, I use too much pressure, but with that key card there, it helps me, seal it down pretty securely without having to pull anything up. And it also helps me see on the edges to help when I want to pull them up, get under those pages to stick down the little bits that I end up not sticking down real well. And my aim in this is not to cover up all of the colors I've got down there, but kind of to block out some of the colors that don't go well together. And you'll see in the end of this, I end up using a lot of color on this page. Now, it's not my favorite page I've ever made, but I really love the amount of color I was able to get in this. So with the colors down there, I grabbed a couple little things of just acrylic craft paint, and you see I'm using my fingers just to smear them down. First I put down like a blue-green teal and then a really pretty lavender, and I think that's a Martha Stewart color there. It always seems to color really well, so I don't have many of those. And then once I get those two down, I'm using a bit of gesso just to kind of soften the edges of that and help blend the colors some more. And again, I am just using my finger and finger painting. And I've got a skewer there, and I am just scraping and doodling and, I don't know, zigzagging all through it to add a little texture. And I grab a big old envelope there just to pull up a little bit of the paint that's still wet. And I ended up pulling up a little bit of the paper underneath, but that was fine. It gives it a weird little neat texture there. And I've got my Colorix crayons there. They're kind of like gelatos or something like that. I don't even know if those are still made. I always explain what they are because it's something I found, I think, in the thrift store, and I've never seen them anywhere else. So, and that was just an orange one to bring in some of the like coral that's in there. And then with that, I sprayed, that's a tulip fabric paint spray. That's a like an orangey pink. And I sprayed that because it's just a fun little pop of something. And it gives this complete splatter effect on there. And with that, I've got so many colors going on there, and I really, really love it. And I'm trying to try that really well because I know that whatever I do next, I really wanted to keep that splatter effect on there. And if I try to work with other things, it'll get too messy. So I've taken a piece of underpaper here, and if you've seen some of my other videos, you know I struggle a lot with finding a way to get underpaper worked into my designs. So this time I'm going to use it for my sentiment. So I ripped a little page, it had a really pretty color on it, and then I ink the edges with a distress oxide. And then using, I think it's the same distress oxide, I'm using one of my hand carved stamps that's just kind of a teardrop shape and sticking that down randomly on the page. Now, to add to the effect of those hand carved teardrop shapes, I have got what is that thing called? A Sharpie paint pen, and I'm just making some dots inside of them. And then I'm using a China pencil. Is that what they're called? China marker? I don't know. The wax pencil type things to make some little dashes around there. And then I'm trying to decide what I want to do with that thing for my sentiment. So I take a white Sharpie paint pen there and just put some dots around the edge of that. And I grab my box of letters. Now I've got two boxes of these. I've got all these letter stamps, and I've organized them by letter because I really like using different letters on when I use it, I like to use a mix of different letters. And so I was having trouble coming up with a sentiment that I wanted to put on there. And I decided, since that was kind of chaosy and colorful and just fun, that's how I feel sometimes. So I just wrote "Just Do You" because I feel that I can be kind of colorful and chaosy sometimes, just all over the place. And that's how this page kind of felt to me. So I'm pulling from those stamp letters and just stamping onto that little piece of underpaper that seems to go pretty well in there. And I've got that all stamped out, and I'll put my stamps up, and then I'm trying to find a place to stick it. And that bottom corner there didn't have a whole lot of color, and I thought that would be perfect to add a pop of color since the rest of that page had so much color to it. And that is a Jelly Roll. I think it's called a Stardust pen. That's basically like a glitter pen. And I used it to make some little stars on it. And then I've got a gold glitter pen that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I added some more stars there as well. And that was pretty much the extent of it, I think, here. Oh, I do add, oh, I know, I wanted this to feel kind of magic-y, so I've got a bunch of different little dots I'm making, some small ones, some big ones, to feel kind of like, I don't know, give it a magical quality to go with the glitter and sparkle that I did add in there. And I did that with the Sharpie paint pen. And this is the end result, guys. Like I said, it's not my favorite, but I love the amount of color that I really was able to get in this page, and I hope you like it too. Make sure to subscribe so that you can see what else I've got coming up. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for coming by, guys. Bye.